What's good, y'all? This is JVK Base. I'm back with another discussion video with my man Blades2Break, aka Gary B2B, and we out here, man. This time, this is a very special discussion video. We're gonna talk about the top 3 best Dragon Ball Z games. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably start it off. You guys know what my favorite game at the moment is right now is Dragon Ball Z Universe 2. You have custom character customization. You have literally almost every single character from the different franchises or different sagas in Dragon Ball Z. My fault, I said franchises. That's stupid. It's Dragon Ball. But yeah, you got that, and then you got like a big like hub world. You can fly around and train with different masters and all that. And then you can level up. You can get custom moves, make a character tall, short. Make like the Namekian characters, make Majin characters, humans, and the Freezer race characters. And the thing I like about the game is the story mode is kind of cool because you can fight against Mirror and Towa. If you guys didn't play Dragon Ball Online, that's where like they originate from, Mirror and Towa, and like they're from that game and stuff. And then I'm also glad in Xenoverse 2 they brought back more characters like Turles from the Tree of Might and Laura Slug from the movie Laura Slug, and who else did they bring back in Dragon Ball games? Well, they brought like some more like outfits back. They got like Super 13's hat, the android, and what else did they got? Well, I pretty much broke it down for Dragon Ball Z Universe 2. So yeah, that's actually number 3. Number 2, that's gonna be kind of hard. Number 2. Okay, you guys might be surprised by this, but number 2. Actually, a game that I actually missed playing. Like, it wasn't like a good DBZ game, but as a kid, if you beat the game, it was fun. But it was Dragon Ball Z Sagas. You remember that game, Garrett? Dragon Ball Z Sagas on PS2. I don't know if you played it before.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that game was lit.
If Kwame heard this discussion, I'd love to hear his opinion on that, but I'll let you continue anyway.
Because I'm just choosing that game out of random because I don't have like a number 2. But the only reason why I said that game because if you're like a little kid and beat the game and got like the pendulum mode, you can play as Broly and one-arm Gohan. That game literally is the only game that has like a one-arm Gohan for real. But the pendulum mode is actually pretty cool because you can fight as Broly. You can like go back and play the game and stuff. You can fight as like a young Teen Trunks when he was training with future Gohan, when he had like the black boots and a Casper Corporation shirt and all that. So that's like an alternative number 2. But actually, my real number 2 is actually is Dragon Ball. See, okay, I'm kind of stuck on my number 2, but I was gonna say I'm my number 1 anyway, cause number 2 could be almost any Dragon Ball Z game, but number 1 is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, arguably the best game without a doubt for Dragon Ball Z. Has the biggest roster ever, has the most areas you can fight in, has a big story mode, and you can do so much, like future Gohan's in there, Oob from GT's in there, Majin Oob. They got Broly, they got Turles. They pretty much got every single character in that game, like literally almost every single character in that game. They even had Demon King Piccolo when Piccolo was like the strongest person in Dragon Ball Z when he was for like immortality with the Dragon Balls. They had that Piccolo, and they also had Fasha, who was with Bardock. You know, the fine ass saying that got killed in like 3 seconds. No offense, but you know. And they had Bojack. See, that's one thing about Dragon Ball Z games. They should have added Bojack's like entire crew, like Gokua, Beto, and Zanga, and like the little short nigga. I forgot his name with the bandages that be holding like his arms up, but the wires come out. I forgot his name from Bojack's crew. But they should have added.
I don't know.
Yeah, they should have added like at least all of them. But it's funny because Zango was in the games, but not Goku and Beto and all them. And yeah, so yeah, BT3 is arguably the best game in my opinion because it has the best roster, the best gameplay, and it got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like that nigga was OP in that game. I'm telling you, at times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha, that thing is lethal on BT3 and Xenoverse 2. So yeah, man, that's my top 3 games. I'm gonna pass it to my man Gary B2B. Take the floor, my man.
Alright guys, so at my number 3 spot, I also have Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. I've seen a lot of Jeff's gameplay and it looks fantastic. The graphics are amazing, you know, the gameplay looks great. So many different characters, but I feel like they could expand a bit more on the characters. they introduced the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, which is great, and they have a few more DLC that's coming out. And it's just a really good game for the PS4 and Xbox One. Now, I also have at number 2, I'm gonna have at this spot Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and also DBZ Budokai 3. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You're probably thinking, okay, these are, not the most amazing Dragon Ball Z games, but I feel like they're, as Jeff said, like, an essential part of, growing up, and they were just, like, so fun to play and learn the story, and basically they were just, like, the first Dragon Ball Z games to ever play. And, Tenkaichi 2 was actually a really good game in its own right, because it had that amazing combo ability, and you could make massive combos out of the characters. It was just unreal. And now, quickly here, I got it number 1, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. This was my first ever PS2 game, guys. Like, I literally bought this. My dad bought this game for me when he bought my brother his PS2. So it was my first game, and I didn't even know much about it when I bought it. But literally, I have so much luck with first games, because my first GameCube game was Super Smash Bros. Melee, and my first PS2 game was, in fact, DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And it's just such an unreal game. Like, I give this game a 9 out of 10 just because it's so amazing. There's so many characters in this game itself. And you can make, 6-on-6 battles, which is awesome. And, just quickly, I'm going to name my team that I use. I used, the Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan. I used the Trunks sword version, Tapion with his sword. And then I also used Gogeta Super Saiyan. He was like my captain of my team, my leader. Like, I always saved him for like important parts in the battle. Then I used Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just because he was so destructive and unreal with that 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha. And then also my final character, I don't know if I listed them all, but I think Future Gohan, also Super Saiyan, like, he was just such a cool character and my favorite Gohan in general. So he was really fun to use. And yeah, guys, I think that's it for my top 3. I'm gonna let Jeff give his final thoughts, and we'll probably wrap this up.
Alright, so we talking about like the top 2 games. Like, my actual top 2 game is actually Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, because that game was actually pretty good on 360. It's actually like one of like the most like underrated Dragon Ball Z games of all time. The graphics was on point. The character roster was actually pretty decent, and you could do so many battles. Like I said, the graphics was amazing. And if I didn't have that game as well as my number 2, I pretty much had 3 like alternates. If I didn't have that game as well, I had Dragon Ball Z. What's the other one on Xbox 360? Damn, I forgot the name of it. But you guys know which one I'm talking about, because it has like Broly on the cover, and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's in that game as well. But I forgot what it's called, so I don't get into it. But yeah, but like me and Garrett said, BT3 is the best game of all time. It is the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time, because the game was just perfect. Like, it was nothing wrong with it. Now imagine if Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and BT3, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, was fused in one game. Character customization in BT3, that would literally be like the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time. That would be like GTA 5, or that would be like the GTA of DBZ, basically. You know what I'm saying? If you guys understand what I just said just there. Yeah, like we said, man, BT3 is the best game without a doubt. Like nothing is better than BT3. I'm just saying. I think BT3 is slightly still better than Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 still has like more time to improve, and it's some crazy DLC coming out too. Like, it's some crazy stuff coming out, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion video about our top 3 Dragon Ball Z games of all time. If you guys have like different opinions, feel free to comment down below, and also follow my man's B2B. I'll put all his stuff in the description box, his YouTube, and all like his special stuff if he wants it in there. You guys can follow that man. He's a very underrated YouTuber who deserves more followers. So hope you guys like enjoyed like this discussion video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay fly for more content. And Kamehameha!